And so when the internet was attacking Kim, like, how can you let your daughter dress like this? You got her in a corset. Apparently she was like wearing a corset at some point.
Yeah,
not in that video.
No, she was. She
was. That, you have her hanging out with Ice Spice. And I'm like, yo, these people are criticizing the way Kim is mothering her daughter, but at least she's fucking mothering the daughter. Like, where's the dad with a what's her name? His Bianca naked. This is the same guy who brought North to that weird ass party where they had the naked women as
with the sushi on top.
On the sushi on top.
Yeah.
This the kind of beat the go. This the kind of beat the go. This the kind of beat the go. Rock, top, top.
Blah, blah, blah. Welcome back to another episode of the Petty Headquarters. I'm your host, Hannah Luck, and this is
Jessie Strange.
And we are back at it again with another episode. And of course, we are going to be talking to you about some crazy shit that's happening in the media. But before we get into that, just want to welcome, our returning supporters, as well as if there's any new faces, any new people joining today. We are a pop culture podcast. You know?
We do have some new subscribers, so hello to the new people coming in, and hello to the Petty Crash Out
and the Petty Posse
for coming back. Thank you guys so much. For those of you who are new, we are a pop culture podcast. We cover baddies from Zeus Network, but we also cover Hollywood drama, reality TV,
celebrity drama, all that stuff.
Celebrity drama, always forget that part. Yeah. So we are the Petty Headquarters, and welcome. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe, like if you can. It helps us out a lot. There's also this new thing that YouTube has where it's like the hype points. I don't know if you've seen that.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, so you hype up the videos, and it just basically helps us in the algorithm. So if you want to just click the hype button, give us some points. We'd appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's dope.
And so that being said, let's just get right into this week's dose of mess.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
What we got going on?
I've been seeing all over the internet this, conversation about how Northwest and how she's online dressing a certain way. Mm-hmm. Did you see what kind of what she was wearing?
Yeah,
that stirred up?
I saw everything.
Okay, so there's a video.
The hair, the contacts,
the black teeth, whatever she got going on in the teeth there. Mm-hmm. She got I don't know if it was a corset or what it was, but it was it gives emo girl
goth
vibes.
Alternative for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And so the internet does what the internet does best, and they obviously have something to say, and they criticized Kim Kardashian for allowing her daughter to dress a certain way. And I want to talk about it because I feel like, in my personal opinion, that Kim Kardashian gets a lot of heat for shit that she doesn't really, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's easy. They always attack the woman, but what about the deadbeat dad?
Mm-hmm. Well, was he a deadbeat? Is he a deadbeat?
Yes, she went on a podcast and said he hasn't called in months.
Really?
Yes, girl.
Wow.
She just came on a podcast and was
she was trying to cover up and save face for his name. It seems like she's trying to protect his image, and now she's done.
And even
because this whole time before hearing that, she would say that he was a good dad, he would actually, be involved with the kids.
You haven't seen the interview?
No, I didn't see where she said that.
So on the interview,
I have been under a rock.
I think Call Her Daddy podcast.
I did see that she was on that podcast. I didn't watch the whole thing, and I did not see that clip.
Yeah. So what's been happening was, and even in this podcast, she kind of was being nice. She didn't say it, but she was just because I guess the host asked her, how is he as I guess in North's life,
right.
how does he play a part? And she's like, well, he's good when he calls. And then she's like, it's been a while basically since he's called. Yeah, so he hasn't been around. And she also went on to talk about how dealing with his, I guess, mental health issues.
Yeah.
That he was giving out away free cars, their Lamborghinis or whatever fucking cars. Yeah, it was just, I guess, difficult, being with someone like that.
Yeah.
And she also insinuated, she doesn't want to, she supports the father-daughter relationship because she kept referencing her father-daughter relationship. Like her father was a big part of why she is the way she is. She loves like the dad and daughter dynamic. So she doesn't ever want that to stop. But obviously, you know, he's there when he's there, but he's barely there.
Right.
Basically what she's saying without saying it.
Unfortunately, you know.
Right. And so when the internet was attacking Kim, like, how can you let your daughter dress like this? You got her in a corset. Apparently she was like wearing a corset at some point.
Yeah.
Not in that video.
No, she was. She
yeah.
was.
That, you know, you have her hanging out with Ice Spice. And I'm like, yo, these people are criticizing the way Kim is mothering her daughter, but at least she's fucking mothering the daughter. Like, where's the dad with a fucking, what's her name? His
Bianca
naked. This is the same guy who brought North to that weird ass party where they had the naked women
with the sushi on top.
On the sushi on top.
Yep.
But y'all have the fucking nerve to criticize Kim. And that's not to say that she's perfect, because she's definitely not. But like, at least she's there. Why isn't Kanye getting that type of energy? Because he's not even there to call.
You know, you do bring up a good point, and it's true. A lot of the times when anything happens with kids, people are always quick to blame the mother, always quick to blame the woman. You see this in everything, and I think it's just so crazy that, you know, it takes two, and I don't understand why all of this blame is going to one person when it took two to make this child. So that's that. Has Kanye said anything about how he feels as well on this? Because I could have sworn I saw something where Kanye was saying how this is exactly why he didn't want to, you know, have North on TikTok, and he always told Kim and she didn't listen, and he feels like his daughter's dressing like she's grown and he doesn't like it.
I could have sworn so. Like, I noticed that people were bringing that up, but I'm pretty sure that's an old clip
That
of him.
is an old clip before they separated.
Right. And that's what I like. People are bringing up that old clip from long ago where Kanye describes that. So I'll play it real quick for here.
Just got off the phone with Kim. I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I am her father. I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family, and media tries to promote something. I said I'm not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney. I have a say-so. And then when people say, oh, they're going to use this for you in court, I didn't have a say-so on whether or not they went to Sierra Canyon. Most men do not, there's no such thing as 50-50 custody with in society today. That's not even, it always leans towards the mom. But right now, and I'm happy that you guys got to see just a small piece of what I dealt with. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So I want to say a few things. That is also a big part, unfortunately, as to why people are so quick to blame the woman and blame the mom, because they know that most of the time mothers do have full custody. There really isn't much of a 50-50 most times. Obviously, other scenarios are different. But because seeing that, I guess, mothers play such a pivotal role in a child's life, they are going to be quick to blame the mom because of those circumstances, which is fucked up. But again, like I said earlier, it takes two. But what were you going to say about that video?
I just think it's crazy that he's like, now you've seen a snippet of what I have to go through. Bro, you're fucking Kanye. We've seen you go on fucking manic episodes in public. I don't even want to imagine what you're like behind closed doors.
And what Kim had to go through.
Right.
What the whole family had to go through.
Right. Like, you really, to this day, play the victim role. Like, the world is against you, and it's fucking ugly, which he's not wrong when it comes to, you know, court and especially custody and child custody and stuff. Women are favored, and that's the truth.
Right.
But his episodes do not help his case.
They don't. They don't.
You brought North to a party where there's naked women with sushi laying on the table. You telling me you're fucking safe to keep your daughter around? Like,
yeah, and also like his manic tweets and all the shit that he says, like, that is not something that's fatherly or like father-like. So for him to sit there and talk about father this, father that, my this, my that. I feel like it's coming from a place of ego
And control.
That's always where it comes from with a lot of parents that aren't really there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just want to feel validated and they want to feel like they have control and they want to feel their own ego. And that's really where it comes from. This is why I just feel like not everybody should have kids. Going back to the same fucking thing. Not everybody should have fucking kids because this is the problem. You think about yourself and not your child, because your child, I guess, is a version of you, is an extension of you, but your child is not you. And that's just something that they can't seem to separate.
And you know, I want to circle back to the fact that the internet has something to even say about Northwest, because at the end of the day, bro, kids nowadays look a lot older than what they are, period, point blank. That's just what it is.
Nah,
like,
she look older than her age. I'm not gonna sit here and say she don't.
Second of all, she is dressing like I would have dressed at that age if I had money. Like, at the end of the day,
that's true.
I look like the tacky emo version of her when I was that age. Like, she just has money, so it looks better. You know, she's got top-notch hair, top-notch clothes, top jewelry. Like, I had my shit from fucking Zoomies and Hot Topic. She has her shit, like, real legit jewelry.
Yeah.
So,
I will say, though, you're right. And this is the thing with this conversation. Sorry in advance that we're talking about someone's famous kid. All right. Sorry again. All right. People love to say, oh my God, why are you speaking on someone's kid? Oh my God. I mean, these people are in the limelight. It's public and it's something to talk about. All right. So let me just get that out the way. Second of all, I will say, Nord do look hella fucking old. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh my God, she's 12. She looking like she's 22.
I was friends with girls.
I'm not going to hold you. She look really old, and
I was friends with girls that looked like that too at that age. At 12.
Yeah.
At 12.
I was friends with girls too that looked really old for 12, like full grown breast and everything. And it's fucked up because it's like, it's not their fault. Like, if that's how they look, that's how they look.
But my thing is, that's what is low-key normal, like, for kids to discover themselves.
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing.
She's in the limelight.
Exactly. And that's another thing where I feel like I agree with that, because she's growing up. Like, she's trying to discover herself, trying to discover her style. So of course, as a parent, you want your kid to go through that, because it's like they need to figure that out. Mm-hmm. You don't want to like hinder them or try to restrict them, because at the end of the day, they're probably going to look back at this shit and cringe that they used to dress like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's still young. So when she gets older, she's going to realize, okay, I thought that was for me. It's not for me. Now this is for me. And she's probably going to fucking cringe. So I feel like that's really what this is about. Like, that ass just growing up in the limelight.
And that's really what it is. I'm like, why do people act like we didn't know those girls? Because I used to hang out with those girls, but you didn't have those girls in school that dressed older than what they were supposed to look, wore fucking push-up bras, and wore the belly ring.
Definitely did.
Wore showed their belly and look like, come on. It's the only.
But still, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Like, those girls did attract a certain crowd that just wasn't healthy for them. And that's what happens too. Like, when you're that young, dressing older than your age, sometimes, unfortunately, it attracts unhealthy attention. And I think that's probably where people are coming from when they're talking about her, because it's not like she's 16. If she's 16, looking like, okay, but she's 12. So I think that's the bigger conversation to have. You're 12 looking like you're 22. That is unfortunately going to attract unhealthy attention. And I think that is the bigger concern, is just the concern for her safety, because the internet, they're coming from the perspective of, this is still a child. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? She does not look 12. She look grown as fuck. And I think that's a problem. And it's sad that has to be a thing. But because there are terrible, evil people in the world, I think this is why people have these conversations of like, I don't want my fucking daughter looking like she's old enough to attract an older guy. And I think that's really where it stems from. And there are fucking PDFs out there, you know what I mean? And it's unfortunate that we have to do this to our daughters, our girls, because the men should really be controlling their shit, right? That's really what it should be. But then on top of that, you can't always be around her.
Yeah.
The same way Drake Bell's father couldn't always be around him. So it's just like, I don't know. It's a sticky situation. It really is, because when you know, you do have younger girls, children looking that old, it does attract that unhealthy, like the story we shared with the fucking ugly ass older man with those younger girls in front of the deli.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They were looking, you know, they looked young, but they were dressing. One of them was dressing a little older, had a belly ring and everything. So it's like, it's fucked up. It is, but it's like, look how she was just trying to hang out with her friend, and some old, ugly, disgusting guy looked like he in his 50s, 60s with gold teeth in his mouth. Try to talk to her friend.
Dirty.
Oh, but this is what I'm saying. And it's stuff like that. Like, you can do whatever you want, but there are going to be consequences to what you're doing. North, sure, she can dress like that, but there is going to be consequence to that ugly, unhealthy attraction that is going to come your way when you dress a certain way. And that is just what it is. That is what it is. And it's fucked up. And that's why they say, if you want to be perceived a certain way, you're going to look a certain way. And that's just what that is. So that's what I have to say about that.
And that's what a lot of people are criticizing Kim, or just have speculation that Kim is doing exactly what her mother did to her, in a sense where she's basically grooming her daughter, like what they did with, who was it that dated the old Tyga? Kylie, where they're gonna eventually, there's speculation that they're grooming her to be eventually pimped out, or I guess whatever the word you want to use, but basically sell the body. Always got her looking pretty, always got her, like, she's a kid. Usually kids have like funky body shapes at that time and shit like that, but she's wearing corsets, and people are afraid that, you know, Kim is just repeating what her mother did to her, which I think is a fair point to, like, I guess, you know, it's been normalized in that family that sex sells, and your look sells. It's normalized. No one's ever criticized them or been anything different, because hello, there's how many women in there that have done it? Like, they're all like that. Yeah. So I guess I can see why that is a concern, but at the end of the day, like, I feel like, to me, this conversation shouldn't even be a thing, because I mean, the kid is 12, you know, and I just feel like it ends there. The conversation ends there. You're gonna, like, have awkward moments, the same way people were criticizing Justin Bieber for going crazy and shit like that. He's a fucking kid in the limelight. How many crash outs did we do? How many people get arrested at a teenage years? How many people do drugs and do all these things? The only difference is they didn't have a camera in their face. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, going back to everything, like, everybody wants to criticize Kim, which I can understand the criticism, right? Because it comes from, I guess, looking at where her environment is from and whatever. But, like, at the end of the day, in my opinion, North is just finding herself. And I think it's fair for her to do that without fucking having to worry about the internet sitting there putting their 2 cents into it. At the end of the day, it's not your kid, and you don't know what your kid goes through, you know? She just got money, so it looked good. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. That's really what it is. But I can understand, like, too, like, the concern of, like, repeating what Chris did to her girls, because they are in the limelight. They are socialized. Like, you know, they are in that environment where they have to look good, and that's what sells. You know, Kendall's a whole model. Kylie, you know, she even got surgery because she did not look as good as Kendall, you know, and that clearly there was that pressure there to fit in, to be known as a Kardashian. Like, you know what I mean? The same thing with Kim. Look at Khloe. She wasn't always cute either. Got surgery. You know what I mean? So it's like, clearly there is a beauty standard to uphold, and I'm pretty sure that they're also going to pass it on to North, so that she can also sustain herself with her empire, because that is what it is to them, their beauty self.
Yeah, and there were some critics that were saying that, you know, the difference between Kim and North is that Kim was already a grown woman when she came into the limelight. So she already discovered herself, knew a lot of her core before being in the limelight.
That's true.
As opposed to North, you're growing her
up in it.
Exactly. She's growing up in it while being exposed to the world. And it's like, with all the criticism, so how will she ever know who she truly is? Because, you know, one day she's gonna read those comments. She's a kid. I'm pretty sure she sees those comments. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But I'm pretty sure like Kim tries her hardest to not allow her to see those comments.
Unfortunately, you can't protect your kids from the internet.
But she definitely tries, you know, with the TikTok and everything. But that's why I'm just like, why does she even have a TikTok? But I get it. I get it. You know, if you wanted to protect her, she shouldn't have had the TikTok. But at the end of the day, some things just can't be, you know, stopped or prevented sometimes. And I don't know. I just hope that North has, you know, a good life. I'm sure she has a good life, you know. I'm just like hoping that there's no like unwanted, unhealthy attraction that comes her way. You know what I mean?
Or that if there is, the mom is there to protect her. Unfortunately, because the
happened
dad
to Kim,
can't.
But that happened to Kim too when she was younger too. Like, and this is fucked up. Like, those girls been through some shit. And they've done some shit too. But 100%. It's just like, well, that's what happens when you are in those environments and you are trying to come up and I don't know, rely on your beauty.
Yeah. And I don't know. At the end of the day, it's not like, you know, I mean, all she has really truly is her mom, because I don't trust Kanye to protect North at all. He can't even protect himself. Like, he literally brought her to a damn fucking party with naked women laying on the table. You telling me this man is mentally capable of protecting his daughter? He wouldn't even know what to protect her from, because he's so normalizing this nasty, you know how he is. He's nasty. He's a nasty person.
Yeah.
So I just, you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. But I wanted to talk about this because I felt like Kim gets too much heat for something
too much
that it should be equal. You know, and I'm tired of. I hate that Kanye just gets away with it because he's got mental health disorders. Like, that doesn't mean he can't. He doesn't has to take responsibility. He has 4 kids. Like, and you know,
that's a lot, yo.
Yeah,
I'm mad kids.
Mad fucking kids. He got 4 kids with her. He got 4 kids.
They said we building a legacy. Building an empire, babe. That's crazy.
That's part Kim's fault too, you know, for
choosing
to deal with him.
That's what Kim wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what Kim wanted. And he was hot at the time when
he
she
was.
did it.
Yep.
Now it's like,
now she's stuck with him forever. There was a price she paid.
There was a price she paid.
She
Everything
always
comes at a price.
the price.
She is always paying the price. She really is.
She don't care.
I mean, I don't know if it's that she don't care, but
she normalizes it enough to, I mean,
she's just too deep in. It's done.
She really sold her, like, her mom sold her soul.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, with that Ray J stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and she's nonstop dated all these basketball players and did all these. I'm just like thinking about it and now thinking about the fact that she did this with Kanye just because of, you know, to bigger herself.
Right. Yes.
That's what they say about selling your soul.
To further expand herself as well as the Kardashian name.
Craziness.
That's really what they do.
Yeah, well, this is a quick one. So
very quick.
Just wanted to stay, you know, our opinions on it. Do you have anything else you would like to say?
No, I don't have anything else I want to say. I mean, I think I covered all the bases.
Yeah, it's not much to say. I am curious to know what you guys think. Does Kim get what she, you know, is she getting what she deserves, or like, what do you think about this whole Northwest thing? Do you even think about it? Like, you know, what do you think about any of this? Comment what we may have missed, or maybe points that we didn't even think about. Let us know in the comments below. Also, let us know where you're from. We would love to hear you guys and feedback on anything you'd like to hear us cover, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, so tell the people where they can find you.
You guys can find me on Instagram. That's JESSI-Strange. And where can they find you, Tiana?
You can find me on Randomania1. That's on Instagram. You can find us also on Instagram at
The Petty Headquarters.
You can find us on YouTube and all podcast platforms at
The Petty Headquarters.
We release episodes weekly. All right. Definitely share this, rate us, leave a review, all of that good stuff. And with that being said,
this was your weekly dose of mess.
Blah, blah, blah.